What's up, everybody? Cody Hart here. Come on now, feel it, feel it. We're back with another video. Today's a special one. I'm gonna be going over my entire Mark Wahlberg collection. Now, if you know me, Mark's my favorite actor. Obviously, I start out every video with come on now, feel it, to ode to my boy Mark. I don't know why he's my favorite actor. Always has been since I was little. Every movie he makes, I pretty much love. Obviously, there's a couple that are misses. I own most of his movies. The ones I don't own are like The Big Hit, The Yards. I don't own The Substitute, which is his first movie, his first movie. It was a TV movie. His first real movie was Renaissance Man. I don't have that yet. I have most of his movies, just not a couple of them. The Yards I don't really need to own because it's really kind of shitty. But everything else I own, so I'm going to be going over the collection with you, and then at the end, I'm going to give you my top 10 Mark Wahlberg movies. So, stay with me, because it's going to be a fun one. I've been wanting to do this for a while. So first we'll start off with, I guess, just standard amores. For these, I go in alphabetical order. And so, first is Boogie Nights, of course. Oh my gosh, that glare. There we go. Boogie Nights, of course. It's a brilliant film, put him on the map. Paul Thomas Anderson's one of my favorite directors, so this is just a perfect matchup. John C. Reilly, William H. Macy, everybody in this movie is incredible. R.I.P. to the great Philip Seymour Hoffman. Great movie. If you haven't checked it out, what's wrong with you? It's a great movie. Next up, Broken City. Him and Russell Crowe. It's like a private investigator, and he's investigating Russell Crowe and like political stuff. Good movie, solid thriller. Not one of his best, but not one of his worst. It's a fun movie to watch. Just give it a check. You know. Next up, we got Contraband. This is a great not TV movie. This is a great just throw in dumb fun action. Giovanni Ribisi's in this. Kate Beckinsale's beautiful as his wife. J.K. Simmons. It's just him running contraband. He's like a former for Kate Beckinsale. Her brother gets kidnapped or something, and he has to run drugs. And it's a badass movie. I haven't watched it in a while. It's a good movie. Next, we got one of his recent ones, Daddy's Home. Just watched the second one. Not as good as the first, of course. I'm gonna pick up the second one though. Just a fun comedy. I enjoyed the hell out of this. Sean Anders directed this one, and his wife, played by Linda Cardellini, is so beautiful. But this is a great movie. If you're just looking for dumb, kind of like a family comedy. It has a lot of heart, and it's just a fun watch. I enjoyed that one. I've seen it like 5-6 times now. Obviously, one of the best movies ever made. It's in my top 5. I know a lot of people don't have it in their top 5, but you guys can fuck off. That's The Departed. Mark Wahlberg has a small role in this movie, but arguably the best. No, you could argue it's the best. I mean, he got it's his only Oscar nomination for supporting actor. He's incredible in this movie. This movie's incredible. But Mark is he's so good. He just cusses up a storm, and he's a lot of fun. That's The Departed. One of his early ones, the only one he's ever played a villain in, and that's Fear with the beautiful Reese Witherspoon. This movie's awesome. I mean, at the end, let me in the fucking house. Cuts the dog's head off. It's a great RP to the dog. It's a fun movie, and he's just slamming his chest. It's creepy. I like these kind of movies where it's like some obsessive boyfriend or girlfriend. I have a bunch of them. Like this one. This is one of those kind of movies too. Domestic Disturbance. It's a fun movie. Early Mark Wahlberg. He said he wants to start playing villains again. I hope he does, because that'd be fun to watch. Next up, we got a great cable film, and that's Four Brothers. This one's just great watching them be brothers with Tyrese, and I don't know who the hell this guy is, and Andre 3000. Fun movie. I love watching it. They all have great chemistry with each other. It's like this gangster flick. It's a fun one. One of my favorites. This is the movie I discovered Mark Wahlberg on, and that is Invincible. I can still remember the day I was at a movie theater, the Cineplex, and I looked over and I saw this giant cutout poster, and I couldn't figure out how to say his last name. I was like 8 years old, maybe not that young. I don't know how this movie came out. I was young though, and I was like, wow. And ever since then, I've seen this movie so many times, it's ridiculous. I love this movie to death. It's Invincible. Next up, another great cable movie, Italian. See, that's the thing about Mark Wahlberg. He makes great action films. I mean, great. He acts great in a lot of films, and he makes so many great cable movies, so many fun movies, so many dramas. He's the people's actor. I love him. Italian Job's another great instance of that. Fun movie to watch. You just gotta love it. You just gotta love it. The Italian Job. Yeah. Next up, one of his best. This is the first of the Peter Berg real life true story trilogy, and that's Lone Survivor. Incredible war film, surreal action, great bond with with Taylor Kitsch and Emile Hirsch and Ben Foster. All of them act great together. Mark's obviously the Lone Survivor. Fucking awesome movie. Next up, second favorite comedy of all time, and that's The Other Guys. This has so many quotable lines in it. They have the best chemistry in a movie like this. It's a fucking bona fide comedy classic. So, obviously, most people have seen this one, I hope. Next up, one of my favorites. I have the Pain and Gain. I have the special edition that I found. I also have the so I have the regular version that you buy the Blu-ray, and then I have like the special collector's edition right here. I put them in one case, and that's the artwork for the special collector's edition. I fucking love this movie. It's so much fun. Michael Bay directed the hell out of this. Dwayne gives his best acting performance, in my opinion. Mark just kills it. Anthony Mackie is awesome. It's just such a fun movie to watch how dumb these criminals are. So that's Pain and Gain. Next up, third movie in Mark Wahlberg, Peter Berg, true story trilogy, and that's Patriots Day. What a miraculous film. So much heart. Mark Wahlberg, this is obviously on the Boston Marathon bombings. Mark Wahlberg plays a cop who's at each site, so it's kind of like his character never existed in real life, but his character is a culmination of tons of people who were policemen there. So that's like a bunch of people during that event. Mark Wahlberg plays the compact version of all of them. It's such a good movie, has everything to it. Mark Wahlberg has a brilliant scene where if anyone wants to question Mark Wahlberg's acting chops, first of all, go fuck yourself, okay? And second of all, watch the scene when he's sitting on the couch with Michelle Monaghan, his wife, and tell me he can't act. Fucking try and tell me he can't act. He's a fucking great actor. He's gonna win an Oscar one day. He's the best. This one's a classic. The Perfect Storm, another great cable movie. He has so many great cable movies. Perfect Storm, George Clooney, Marky Mark, John C. Reilly, William Fichtner. Cast goes on. Diane Lane is his wife or girlfriend, I don't know. Beautiful, she's beautiful. This movie is awesome. He survives at the end. Technically doesn't die. He's just floating in the water. Maybe some driftwood came and he made it. Anyways, great movie, Perfect Storm. I hold out hope for him. This one. No one talks about this movie. This is one of my favorite Mark Wahlberg movies. His performance is fun. The movie is a lot of fun. And it's just a great movie. And that's Rockstar. Okay, listen. I was at Best Buy one day, The Beast. And I saw this in the bin. And Jennifer Aniston is my all-time crush. And I was like, well, my boy's in it. And I've heard about it. I got to pick it up. I fucking love this movie. This movie is so much fun. The music's great. He has a great performance. The story is great. The story of a wannabe who got to be. He's like this guy who wants to be in this band. I forget the band's name. And Steel Dragon. He's like obsessed with them. He's in a tribute band. And then he ends up becoming the actual lead singer of it. And it's awesome. It's just a fun movie. Probably the greatest cable movie of all time. This Mr. and Mr. Smith are probably tied. That's Shooter. Everyone's seen this movie. Has a TV show from it. Michael Pena is great in this. Danny Glover. Fun fucking movie. I don't even have to say anything about that one. Finally, this one. Not one of his best, but not definitely. It's a good watch, and that's We Own the Night with Eva Mendes, Robert Duvall, Joaquin Phoenix, and my boy Mark. Fun movie, a little long, but it's a good movie, good story. Yeah, so We Own the Night. So that's all the standard AMs. That's the standard AMs. If you're wondering why I don't have slips, I don't put slips on my Blu-rays, as you can see, because I think they look so cool with just no slips on them. Next, I'll just show you. So I made this just so I can have all the DVDs together. I made this custom Marky Mark DVD collection just so I can have them all together. I have all the Blu-rays, so I don't really watch them. But Marky Mark, my boy. I have a couple movies in here that I don't have on Blu-ray. Like at the back, I have, this needs a Blu-ray release. I have The Basketball Diaries, which is a fun one with him and Leo, their first film together. I also have, I need to pick this one up on Blu-ray, Three Kings with George Clooney, directed by David O. Russell and Ice Cube. That's a good movie. It's a good war movie. Mark Wahlberg does another hell of a performance. This is a terrible, awful film. Terrible film. That's Planet of the Apes. Terrible movie. But of course, Marky Mark, gotta have it. I hadn't seen it, so I blind bought it. Another awful film, The Happening. But it's a fun watch. Like, people just start killing themselves. Everyone's like, what's going on? It's a good movie. And then the last one that I don't have on Blu-ray, Max Payne. I'll probably pick this one up on Blu-ray. This is a fun video game adaptation movie. Mark gives a cool performance. I like the atmosphere of the movie, and the story is actually pretty interesting. So yeah, I like that movie a lot. Definitely people should check that one out if you haven't, just because it's a fun movie. Next up, get into our Steelies. Lone Survivor, first Steelbook. It's just a beautiful Steelbook, and so I double dipped. I actually triple dipped at one point, but I sold the other one. This one's just a beautiful Steelbook. Mark Wahlberg, obviously, is the best. I got Transformers: Age of Extinction. I don't have the 5th one, but I have it on Vudu, like the ultraviolet thing. So I'm gonna pick it up physically eventually. But Transformers: Age of Extinction, just a fucking badass film. People can suck a dick if they don't like it. It's just fun. Just fun movies. Next up, got Ted 1 and Ted 2. Both the Teds. Fucking hilarious comedies. A lot of fun to watch. These Steelbooks are gorgeous. This one's a Best Buy or a Target exclusive, and this one I got from Zavi, so UK. Which is in Boston, everything. Just badass films, fucking hilarious. Seth MacFarlane made it great couple films. I wish they'd finished the trilogy. Next up, got Mark Wahlberg in The Gambler. This one's a fun one. I've only watched this like 1 or 2 times actually. John Goodman gives a good performance. Mark Wahlberg acts the hell out of this movie. It's a good movie. The ending doesn't have as great as resolve as I would have liked, but Brie Larson's cool in this. It's a fun movie. And the Steelbook's gorgeous. This one's a beautiful Steelbook. I'll save that one. Next up, we got the second movie in the True Story trilogy to finish it up, and that's Deepwater Horizon, which is my favorite of the True Story trilogy. Deepwater Horizon is a beautiful film. This is a beautiful Steelbook. Look at how in detail that is. Marky Mark sitting there in the backlights is pop out. Incredible film. The acting is phenomenal. Kurt Russell, Mark, Dylan O'Brien, John Malkovich. It's just a great movie. Deepwater Horizon. Check it the motherfuck out. These are my two favorite Steelbooks, and this is The Fighter. Christian Bale won an Academy Award. Mark Wahlberg should have won an Academy Award for this. Brilliant. People always say that Christian Bale is better than Mark in this movie. He just has a flashier role. They were just as good as each other, and Mark knocks this movie out of the park. He's like the core center of the movie. He has a flashier part. So he's really the grounding part of this movie. Gorgeous. This is all embossed. It's got the Oscar on the bottom, and then the back is Mark practicing working out. Fucking great movie. I haven't watched that one in a while. This is my favorite Steelbook of all of them. I forget where I got this, but this is Two Guns, the movie. Beautiful, like pop art kind of thing. It says Two Guns. I love this movie. It's so much fun. This is a great cable movie. If you haven't seen this, they have such good chemistry. I wish they'd make another one. Two Guns, and then this back. Look at this back. It's Mark and Denzel swagging away. There's fire, the helicopter. This is the end scene, of course. You got a plan? I'm capable of coming up with a plan. Make it rain. They blow it up. It's great. Great fucking movie. So that's my Steelies. And you've seen my Amaris. And that's all of the actual, that's all of the films. Now I'm going to give you my top 5 Mark Wahlberg films. And if you're wondering, you probably can't even hear me because I'm down here. If you're wondering Departed is one of my favorite films of all time, but I'm not going to put it in my marks only because the Jesus, I can't even speak. Only because of his performance isn't. He doesn't have a big performance in the movie, so I keep it out. I don't cut, I don't edit, so you're just gonna get this raw. Man, this is tough. The Fighters, an honorable mention, brilliant film. Two Guns, honorable mention, brilliant film. Man, this is tough to narrow this down. I think I got it. Whew. No, yep, got to do that one. Okay. So, my top 5 Mark Wahlberg films. A lot of you won't agree with this, but that's okay. These are just the ones that I grew up, fell in love with, and they just hit me the most, and I just love them. So at number 5 is his start, and that's Boogie Nights. Got to have this in there. His acting performance is brilliant. This is where everyone discovered him and realized he had talent, and he wasn't just the funky bunch. You know what I'm saying? It's a great fucking movie. Check that one out. At number 4 is a recent one, and that is Deepwater Horizon. His acting performance in this is insane. The movie is incredible. It's tight-knit. It's got a great story. Great set pieces and action. It's just a fun movie. Brilliant. I love watching that one. I've never talked to anyone who's not like that either. Everyone likes that movie. At number 3, The Other Guys, second favorite comedy of all time. Like I said, only behind I Love You Man. This movie, maybe it's my favorite. They're probably tied. This movie is incredible. So rewatchable. God, I could quote this movie all day. I love this movie. The Other Guys. All right, final 2. Most of you won't agree with this. You're thinking no Fida, no Departed, no Lone Survivor, no Patriots Day. Nope. None of those. At number 2 is Pain and Gain. I love this movie so much. I've seen it countless times. The action, the performances, the story, the plot line, so ridiculous. Mark Wahlberg and then trying to be like these career thieves. It's just fun. It's a great movie to watch. I love this movie. Michael Bay, thank you for this movie. And at number 1, the movie I've seen the most from him, the one that I discovered him on, as I've said before, and this will never change, and this is my favorite Mark Wahlberg movie, and that is Invincible. This is the best sports film of all time, in my opinion. Don't kill me. Mark Wahlberg's best movie. It's the most rewatchable. It has everything you could want. Brilliant film. Invincible. Please watch it. Love it. Understand it. That's my top 5. You've seen it. It's there. You've seen all my movies. And that's my Mark Wahlberg collection. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you understand why I love him so much. If you don't, whatever, take it sleazy. Love you. Thank you for watching. Oh, wait. Before I say take it sleazy, like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. Thanks for watching. Now take it sleazy.